And we are back. You're listening to Black Talk Radio News with Scotty Reed. And I have joining me Mr. Joseph Guzman on the line. And, sir, again, I want to say to you, thank you for short notice. I just reached out to you hours ago. I had another guest planned, but I had to resend that invitation to that person. I'm not going to get into why, but I was like, well, I just wrote my article about the vigil that I saw you at, speaking at Trayvon Martin's vigil in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I just had to invite you. And so I was like, well, let me reach out, see if I can contact Mr. Guzman and get him to come on the program and just speak, his thoughts on Trayvon Martin and the whole, what I call, sir, epidemic of black death across this country at the hands of cops and wannabe cops. So thank you again, sir, for joining us on short notice.
Appreciate it.
Now,
I just want to...
Yeah, please go ahead.
I'm listening.
Well, I just wanted, I didn't mention this to your wife, Miss Guzman, when she helped me, set up the program. But there was some recent news that just came out involving your case with the, the cops that killed your friend Sean Bell and did damage to you and your other friend. And, they have, lost their jobs, but I don't feel like that was enough. We know back they were acquitted by a so-called jury of their peers, and they didn't go to prison, but they have finally been fired for the police force, and I just wonder what took them so long. But, what are your thoughts on hearing that news about that?
Well, first of all, I want to say black men are the most endangered species of man. That we're the most endangered thing walking this earth. I want people to understand that. As far as my case, well, not only did the 3 police get acquitted, but they condoned Sean Bell's murder in that courtroom. Mm-hmm. It took a lot to swallow. Everybody going through everything. It's just what it is. But if you go back to the beginning of the time, any police that have shot African American men, if you go back to the beginning of time, nobody goes to jail.
It's
nobody
very
gets
rare.
convicted. It just doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't happen. If you go back to start from the beginning, it just doesn't happen. Now, I'm gonna say, like I said in the church the other day, like I don't believe that every black man has to stand tall, but we need to stand up. That we can't keep letting this go on. Like, what are we supposed to do now? The police shoot somebody, they don't go to jail. Trayvon Martin, this guy is not even a police officer, and it's all right for him to shoot him, and he don't go to jail. So what's the next option for us? What are we to do next?
That is a good question, and that's why I brought you on to the program. I've been doing this radio program since 2008. I had another program I was doing in 2007. I've interviewed many different people. I've shared many different things that I have found about having our own community watch programs to watch the cops. You got organizations such as Cop Watch. When you see something, cops stopping somebody, don't just pass by. Don't just walk away and say, well, it ain't got nothing to do with me. Now we got technology like video recording technology, picture technology on cell phones in the power of your hand. Check the laws of your state, and I've even shared that information where people can find that out. And record it. Record what happens and stuff. And police are less likely to abuse somebody if somebody else is watching. And so it's just a number of things that we can do. I even support what the new Black Panther Party is doing and issuing this bounty out on George Michael Zimmerman. And people are even trying to twist their words and make them out to be, the criminals. These are the ones that's evil. These are the ones that's done something wrong. And they haven't called for that man to be killed. They haven't called for anybody to do that man harm. All they call for is his capture and turn him over to federal authorities. And I look at that.
I believe we can agree to disagree. Like, I believe in everything them brothers is doing, the Black Panther Party, but I don't believe in it, the $1 million bounty.
Okay.
I don't believe we have to do it for the money. Make it because this is what you want to do. This is the right thing to do.
Oh, right.
It doesn't have to be about a bounty, and it doesn't have to be about that. This is what I also believe. We need to police our own communities. I believe if you put people that live here, that's police officers here, I believe is a better understanding of how we live.
I understand what you're saying. Actual people who have lived or have a similar background.
You can't. See, I'm from New York City, so you can't get a Caucasian police officer from Dick Hills to come to South Jamaica, Queens, and he's already on defense when he get here. When he step out his car, he's on defense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I believe if we can get better, you know what I mean, community relations with the police, it might work out a little better. But as far as these black officers, this code of blue wall, whatever you want to call that, is they worse than the white officers because they are agreeing with this. Y'all see this and y'all agree with this. Y'all not saying it's not even that y'all agree with it. Y'all just not saying nothing about it.
Mm-hmm.
It can't be done in a day, man. But we gonna have to get organized and get into it.